Hey ladies, today I want to talk to you about coffee. I am a coffee drinker. I drink coffee every morning, sometimes in the afternoon. I used to be a coffee addict and I still love it, but drinking it in the right amount and knowing how to make coffee so that you're not getting the crap with it is super important. So you don't want to be dehydrated, and as we focus on drinking more water in this challenge, I wanted to share with you how I have been drinking my coffee the last 2.5 years to make it a little healthier. It's still delicious, but these are some ideas for you to start implementing in your morning coffee routine to clean it up a little bit, okay? So I'm not saying don't drink coffee in the group. Don't think that you have to cut everything that you love out of this group. But just be mindful of the creamers and the sugars that you add to it. You can still love coffee, still have it. Let's just clean it up a little bit. So I'm going to post a clean eating recipe for coffee creamer. But in the meantime, here are a few things that I love doing to my morning coffee. I drink this every morning. This is how I make it. And then I'll give you some other ideas if you don't want to take it this far. So at home, we have an espresso maker, and so I make the espresso in the morning, mix 2 shots at a time, so I make it for my boyfriend and I. We each get a shot, and then I pour in a mug of hot water, so I put this all in a blender. I add a dash of cinnamon, just from our local grocery store. I do about a teaspoon or 2 of coconut oil, and this is virgin coconut oil, an organic coconut oil, so super clean. 1 or 2 teaspoons of that, depending on how much you're making. So if you brew coffee, if you don't have an espresso maker and you just brew coffee, take a cup of coffee and you're going to do the same thing to it. So this is for 2 cups of coffee. So the coconut oil, 2 teaspoons, 1.5, 2 teaspoons, dash of cinnamon. And then here's the fun part. So if you're a flavor person, you can buy extracts that are flavored. No, they're not the best for you, but it's definitely better than a sugary creamer. So our go-to is just pure vanilla extract, because then you can get the pure vanilla instead of a chemical or flavored. But if you want flavors, you can do coconut, you can do caramel, you can do hazelnut. I love coconut in my shakes, but coconut coffee is so good. And then with the coconut oil. And then last but not least, if that is not enough flavor for you, when you blend this with your coffee, it's going to make it frothy and make you feel like you have cream in it, even though you don't. If it's not sweet enough for you, then you can take honey or stevia packets and do a little bit of that in your coffee when you blend it. So yep, you blend it right up hot. So you brew your coffee, you pour it in your blender, your magic bullet, or whatever, a shaker cup even works, and shake it or blend it just for a few seconds, 15, 20 seconds. Okay, so if you don't want to blend it, you're like, I really just want coffee creamer, okay? Like I said, I'm going to post a recipe to make your own. Or if you have this at your grocery store, I found this one at Target. It's from Khalifa Farms, and this one is pecan caramel. My favorite is just their natural vanilla, but this is about 1 tablespoon is 15 calories, so it's not bad. And when you're looking for products to clean up your diet, the one thing to look for is when you look at the ingredients list, try to make sure the ingredients list is 5 things or less, and make sure they're things you know, instead of a bunch of chemicals or colorings. This is pretty good. It's got almond milk, coconut cream. It does have sugar, flavors, sunflower oil, sea salt, potassium citrate, locust bean gum, and gellan gum. So that's to keep it fresh. So it's not too bad. If you want a creamer, this is what I would suggest, or make your own from the recipe that I'm going to post in the photo album for clean eating recipes. So check that out too. I hope this helps. Coffee is not, your enemy, but I think as you focus on drinking more water, you'll find that you don't need the energy from coffee or the caffeine from coffee. Coffee is actually going to make you more tired if you're drinking too much of it. Your body isn't going to respond to the caffeine as much. So the more you detox from it, you can enjoy it in the morning, maybe a cup in the afternoon. Sometimes if I get to the evening and I'm, craving junk, or I just want a cup of coffee, I'll do a cup of, black decaf coffee with a little stevia. It's not your enemy, but try to be leery of what you're adding into it. If you're pulling through a coffee shop, what should you order? I would always suggest just getting an Americano with, you know, a dash of honey, or you can ask for, if you're getting an iced coffee, ask for the shots of espresso on ice, and then just ask for a splash of coconut milk, almond milk, or 2% milk. You don't need all the pumps of syrup. If you're a flavor person and you're trying to cut back on that, just ask for 1 pump of the flavoring that you want. If you get a venti drink from Starbucks, they put 5 pumps into a drink, and that can be 200 to 500 calories at least, if not more. So always just ask for the espresso on ice, and then get a splash of milk, or, you know, 1 pump of something as you're weaning off. So that's, you know, kind of your cheat guide to ordering at a coffee shop, is just order it on ice, or order an Americano with room for cream and go doctor it yourself. Don't add the sugar, add, you know, the honey packets. Most coffee shops have honey or stevia. So there's your go-to coffee guide. I hope this helped. I'm super pumped that we're working together. And if you want to go check out more recipes on my Bree Fit page, most of you follow me there, but it's www.fb.com/Bree Holland. So hopefully this helps you for your coffee guide. If you have questions, comment below. I will answer all of your questions and be sharing that recipe soon. Have a great day.